Hey, this is Jennifer, and I just want to give you a nice, fast tip on a very interesting kind of project your students can create in Flippity that helps them support research, learn about a person or a historical event, and kind of app smash a couple of tools together. So, Flippity.net is this really great site that has constantly new products coming up, and they all work in a Google Sheet spreadsheet. So I know I've done videos on Name Picker and Quiz Show and flashcards, and we've been doing them here at my school. But one of the new products is this Flippity timeline. And so let's look at the demo to see how this works. In the timeline, you are going to add in dates. You can add in content, pictures, text about the person or about the event that you are timelining. So here's their sample on Mr. Rogers. So we can see he was born in 1928. And if I click on that word birth, I get a video about him. And I can scroll down. It doesn't look like anything remarkable happened until 1951 when he graduated. I can open that up and get some text. I can close that back down. I can look at the date of his marriage. I can look at this next link, which is red, and see a picture of him and the first show that he was involved with on television. So each of these little links with a word or a phrase, you can drill down and get more information. So notice that the red are things about his career in television. There is a blue, which is an award that he won. And then the white seem to be more personal kinds of interest things, like he graduated, he got married, he had his first child, his second child, he went to seminary, etc. So this is a great tool for thinking about student presentation other than a slideshow, a video. This is something easy that kids could put together. It's in a spreadsheet. And so all they have to do is do their research, put in their content. Then this is a great tool that as I present to the class, I can go through and talk about each of the points of this person's life or each of the points of the historical event that you're chronicling. So let's see how this in fact works. So with Flippity, you're going to look for the tool you want to use. So we're looking at the timeline and we're going to look for the template. I'm going to click template and I'm going to log into my Google account if you're not already logged in. And then you're going to click make a copy. And this makes a copy of the spreadsheet for you in your Google Drive. So this is the spreadsheet that we're working off of. Now, everything here in the blue, don't touch that because that's where the Flippity magic exists. But everything below, you can modify. So the year, the month, the day, what your headline is, your description of the event. If you want the circle to be colored, for instance, with Mr. Rogers, they used red when it had to do with his career. They had a blue when it had to do with his an award that he won. So you can do those customizations. And then notice that there is media options too, whether you want a video like they did on his birth, or you have pictures embedded throughout. It can either be a link to a picture online or a YouTube video. So very robust tool for lots of different content that you can put in here. Now remember with Flippity, once you have finished your customizing the information, you always have to go to File, Publish to the Web, and then once it's published, you get the link to view from the second tab at the bottom. That's what makes it makes all the pieces work so that it's its own website. Now, as a librarian, I'm going to suggest that when you send your students to do some biography research for a timeline like this, that you use a vetted source. And one of the sources I like is Biography in Context. So this is a database that is available through Gale, Cengage Learning. And one of the things I like about it, it's professional it's going to be vetted information. It's not just going to be, let's go to Wikipedia and see what we can find. But I also like that as I scroll down, I can look at people in different categories. So I can browse all people, search for a name, or I can delve down into specific categories. For instance, if I'm doing I'm in an American history class and I want my students to look at just people in the American Revolution, then I can come here and drill down to that. Or if I'm looking for information about, say, Supreme Court justices, I've got a whole category for that. A couple of other things that this particular screen shows us. Here, I'm going to see the word new. That means this is new information, a new article that's available. That's not going to happen in your print encyclopedias or even the biographies that you have in the library or in your classroom. You're not going to get new unless you buy something new. The other thing you're not going to have updates. So, for instance, I have visited tons of libraries where there are biographies of Selena Gomez, and they stop 5 years ago, maybe. That's when those dates are 5, maybe 3 years ago. Nothing that's happened past that time in her life is in that biography. So those are kind of just set in time, like snapshots of a person. So if they're still living and they're still doing things, then they're not going to be updated like a resource like Biography and Context is. So I think these two pieces together, researching in Biography and Context from Gale's Engaged Learning, and then producing that Flippity timeline could make for some really powerful learning and a great presentation of research skills for your students. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you have a great day.